As I mentioned in class the other day, I'm a nerd. One of the many nerdy things I do is play Dungeons & Dragons, aka mathematical storytelling. What makes D&D mathematical, you ask? It's the dice that are often used to determine the level of success. There's many different stories and games within the realm of D&D that all use the same dice in very similar ways. Whether it's starting a brand new game or continuing one that you've already been in the middle of for years now, players all over the world have felt a range of emotions when they roll the dice, especially when they roll high numbers. However, while this is true, there are many things to think about and consider that could make even a natural 20 be considered artificial. For example, take a look at this D20 that I have. It's the one that I showed in class. Even though it's smooth on each and every side, it looks like it was filled with some kind of resin and left air pockets inside, making the weight slightly uneven. Not only that, but even the way that we just roll the dice can alter its nature. We could let it fall out on its own. We could drop it on a surface. We could even throw it as far as we could across an open field. But in every scenario, it could still make the results be artificial, no matter how natural it may seem. Let's go back to that last example for a second. Let's say I purposely threw a die in the middle of a field as hard as I could. Yes, it would make a dent in the ground, but it would land on an even surface and have an unpredictable outcome. Now, what if I dropped it at the top of a hill? It would still have an unpredictable outcome, because the only constant and natural thing happening in both scenarios is gravity. Everything else was put there on purpose. So why do we restrict ourselves from being as natural as we can be? Because we don't know any better. Our generation and many generations before us have lived lives full of technology, so we now see it as a primary way of life, focusing on how to make it better without understanding why it must be made better. Meet Hamilton, my plant. Yes, he's an indoor plant, but why is he potted if he can live in a similar environment outside? Because of years of regulations and socio-technical norms regarding not just gardening, but also how we live. So, in a society where nearly everything is artificial, is it possible to go back in time to a period where things were just truly natural? Is it possible to have something exist without the human touch? If it's not possible, then how do we define what natural really means, especially in the modern day technology-driven world? Please feel free to leave a comment down below and let me know what you think. I'll see you guys in the next one.